Dear Mr. Dutko, a couple days ago, actually about probably like a week ago on your show, you had a segment on your news section, I don't know, your whole 4 hours of just you bloviating on the radio, about where you talked about, you literally opened your piece with the statement, now time for some more about these college crybabies. What a pretentious asshole. I'm gonna be honest, you're a pretentious asshole. The fact that these kids are exercising their goddamn First Amendment right to express their frustration with this bullshit election, somehow they're crybabies. Yeah, I know that the candidates you really wanted to back were these idiotic cowards that kept talking about PC culture. And it's like, okay, I get that. I get it. There is to a certain degree PC culture on campuses, but I'm not talking about the whiny, bratty college students that get upset every single time, somebody whose opinion they don't agree with comes to speak on campus. When people like Cruz, Trump, Carson talk about PC culture, what they're actually talking about is anybody holding them accountable to what they are saying, criticizing them for the often bigoted, stupid things that they say. That's not PC culture. That's demanding respect, which is completely understandable. So when these college kids get together and they protest this bullshit election, there's two things going on. There's a lot more things going on than two things, but there's two areas specifically. One, as of now, and it's 11/20, as in it's the 20th of November, 2016. Hillary Clinton has a 1.5 million vote lead on Donald Trump, and she still lost this election. Look, it's over. Complaining about it is completely pointless because with the way the things are set up now, he has the electoral college vote. He is going to be president. Bellyaching about that isn't going to change anything. But secondly, when people protest the impending Donald Trump presidency, it's not because, oh, I'm not going to get free healthcare, I'm not going to get free college like a bunch of other countries do and get along just fine. No. The protesting of President-elect Donald Trump is because we have a man that brags about sexual assault in office, which is gotta be horrifying to victims of sexual assault, because now it's like your rapist getting a managing position over you. How wretched is that? It's people in America that actually give a shit about Muslim Americans, that actually give a shit about the LGBTQ community. And now, granted, in the past couple of days, Trump has admitted that he's probably not going to overturn gay marriage. Okay, so why was there a huge push on the right to support him? Whatever. But the policies that he backs are very dangerous to a lot of minority communities. And a lot of minorities in these minority communities are very, very worried. I go to a college with a high volume of Muslim Americans, and they're very, very upset. They're very worried about this, and reasonably so. There has been a huge, huge spike in hate crimes against Muslim Americans over the past month. The highest since 9/11. And can you link a direct cause between the things that Donald Trump says and these events? Yes, I think so. Because when a correlation is that close, I think it's reasonable to think that that's the cause. So no, they're not crybabies because they're upset that the election didn't go their way. Okay, yeah, they're upset that the election didn't go their way, but what about the Tea Party? For years, they tried to obstruct President Obama because he was this terrifying socialist candidate that was going to wreck the country, and 8 years later, we're still chugging along. and things are fine, and we have a pansy version of socialized medicine, but we are fine. Things are great, and he has an incredibly high approval rating for a president who's been in office for 8 goddamn years. So was the Tea Party a bunch of crybabies and whiny pansies who only wanted participation trophies and all this nonsense I see all over social media? No. Granted, I completely disagree with everything the Tea Party wants to stand for. Okay, maybe not completely. You know, the idea of not having big government is cool, but their idea of big government is just don't take my money. Mine is let's, get out of the bedroom. Stop telling people who they can and can't love. Stop trying to regulate women's bodies. Stop taking our money and spending it on weapons instead of on healthcare and education. So maybe we do agree on more things than you'd think. But were they crybabies when they whine about our president? No. They were legitimately expressing their First Amendment right to express their discontent with the election, them not agreeing with their president, like goddamn Americans. I'm sorry, Mr. Dugo, but the First Amendment isn't the only amendment in the Bill of Rights. Okay? And I think college students protesting is important because this guy is a wretched human being. Granted, what's funny is the videos aren't up on my channel anymore, but I had a bunch of videos back when I was really anti-Obama talking about, and I kind of was talking the same way, but I was a 16-year-old know-nothing back then. I think a decade later I'm a little more intelligent. I would hope so. But this guy he ran on being a outsider, on not being part of the establishment, which was of course an appeal, a legitimate appeal of I keep wanting to say Obama, of Trump, and I get that. But now that he's in office, he's putting all these establishment people, and not to mention bigots, white supremacists, pieces of shit, in his cabinet positions and things like that. So what was the point? Now he's pretty much an establishment politician because the guy doesn't have any experience in politics, and he's using establishment guys who are going to influence his ideas. Anyway, getting back on track, no. And they're not crybabies. I can't believe how insanely goddamn disrespectful you are of people like that. You don't even humor for a moment where they're coming from. Because you're a wholly disingenuous person, Mr. Bob Dutko. Wholly disingenuous. You like to talk over people. I was going to call into your show until I realized that I'm pretty much banned, because every single time I call, I hear the phone line get hung up on. But you're a wholly disingenuous person, and whenever somebody actually actively tries to engage you on the garbage you spew, you just steamroll over them. So I'm not going to be part of it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to call you out in any sort of way I can. Try to get other people to maybe call you on your bullshit, because that's all you have is bullshit. College students, for all their faults in the protesting, are not crybabies. You're a crybaby, you're a pansy, because you get so easily upset at the fact that people in mass disagree with you. Maybe you need a safe space. And your safe space should be shoving your head up your ass, which is pretty much where it is all the time anyway.